Yom Hamishi, the Parshas Yisro, Shnas Tovshin Ayin Vov, Yeshiva Tiferes Avigdor. Yesterday we mentioned about the famous speech and the talking points that Moshe Rabbeinu was to transmit Klal Yisroel pre-Kabbalah Satorah, but once they arrived at Midbar Sinai. Now all the things that they were told, all the points, were what you call sales pitches. Sales. How do you pitch the product? Tell them HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves them. Tell them HaKadosh Baruch Hu has done for them what he did for nobody else. Tell them it's going to come out, you're going to be mamish, mamleches koinim, goy kodesh, am segula, you're going to be it, you and me and nobody else. The one thing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, is to tell them that this comes along with a Kabbalah. There's no tryout period. There's no returns on this. Usually they tell you try it out. The guy goes to Avigdor of Abdullah's University and he takes a course. So there's a certain amount of time where you could back out of the course. You get your money back. You know a guy used to do that all the time. And used to get money from the government, join the college, stay for about a week, drop out, and take the money back. He was a tryout man. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu over here did not offer an option to try out. What did he say? If you're makabel, good. V'im lav, if not, sham teheg for us. Get ready to be buried. And you got to be makabel. Now, we don't understand that what was the power of that Kabbalah, and yet we all know that Klal Yisroel was the Makabel. But when we grew up, I always believed that Klal Yisroel came to that Kabbalah on their own. But that wasn't how it was. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told them up front, if you're Makabel, if you want to have be an Am Segula, Goy Kodesh, Mleches Koyanim, you want to be it, you got to be Makabel. And Hashem said the benefits of Kabbalah also. So now, we take a look at this Gemara in Masechta Shabbos, Daf Pei Ches Amud Aleph. Omar Rebbe Elazar said, B'shah shehikdimu Yisroel naseh l'nishma. When Klal Yisroel preceded to say Naseh before Nishma. Yotzes Baskoil, the Baskoil came out and said to them, V'amar lehem, Mi gilo lebonai rozeh. Who was Megala, this secret, Shemalachei Hasharis mishtamshu, the Malachei Hasharis use. Now, the concept of Kabbalah was revealed to them by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Correct? So, what was the Chiddush in the Kabbalah that took place at Matan Torah? That the Klal Yisroel picked up on a cue to be makabel in the following fashion. With Naseh, Koidim L'nishma. What was their... And Hashem said, I didn't tell them that. But that's something that Malachi Asharis are mishtamshim. Hashem just told them, if you commit, you're going to be past Haschala point, it's going to be Yerav Lachem. It's going to be Ziz. Not easy, but Ziz. Geshmak. So Hashem wanted to know who told them. That means Vais Tzachos. That even after Moshe Rabbeinu told Klal Yisrael they should be Makabel, the normal way of being Makabel something should have been what? They would tell Hashem, Nishma, let's hear what's in the package. Let's study the package. And then we can Makabel. Now, why is that the norm? Why is that the normal way of doing things? Because let's say I come to you and I say to you, would you like to be the CEO of General Motors or Ford Motor Company or the World Trade Center? The pay is going to be magnanimous, way beyond, but you got to commit. You don't get a trial period. You got to commit. You commit. So any person who had any brains would say, I would love to do it. That's a tremendous offer. I just got to know what the job entails before I can possibly commit to such a profession. Let's say they say you have to know math for the job. And I don't know math. So I have to say, they're going to give me a guy who's going to help me with the math. Let's say you have to know how to write letters professionally. They're going to give me a legal team to write letters for me. I got to know what's involved. I can do it. That's a normal thing. I'm a cowboy. Yeah, I'm a cowboy. That's a silly. That's pretentious. That is an impetuous act. That's not a rational way of doing things. Even if I fully desire it and I'm ready to commit to doing it. But Klal Yisroel didn't do that. They acted in a totally impetuous manner. They didn't say to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, tell us what the Torah says. Now, you have to understand that HaKadosh Baruch Hu offered the Torah not only to Klal Yisroel. He offered the Torah to the Ummah Yisrael. What did the Ummah Yisrael say? Hashem, that's the greatest honor. Most people think that the Ummah Yisrael rejected it out of hand. They didn't reject it out of hand. They said to Hashem, we'd love the job. You give me Am Segula, Mamlechas Kaidim, Goy Kaddish, I could join the umbrella, United Jews of America and the world. Why not? People of Hashem, the Am Hashem, it's a tremendous opportunity. But they said the rational thing. They said, Voshtedam. What does it say in the Torah? And Hashem tells them what it does in the Torah. But Hashem tells them also the same thing. There's no trials. You gotta commit. You got to commit 100%. And it's funny, Hashem made it very easy for them. You know what Hashem said? Hashem told them, you know what it says? Told Asa, you know what it says? Don't steal. Don't murder. The child not murder. Now, is there any country in history of the world that murder was allowed? No. In every society in the world, if you would have told me you can't murder, I would have said, my gosh, Shita. Of course you don't murder. I mean, that's what it says in the Torah. I'm in. Hashem says, no, there is murder in the Torah. And they say to Hashem, can you explain us, was steht in murder? What does that mean? And Hashem went to explain all the details of murder. So, I believe they wanted to makabel the Torah, but they knew they were dealing with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. They couldn't join the program and then wing it and fool their way through. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem would be able to read through them 100%. said, they told the British, with all due respect to Hashem, in our Panemius, our grandfather Yankov told us, Al Chava Tichya, you live by the sword. We're people of the sword. Could we be makabel that we're not going to murder according to what you define as murder? Hashem, we're very sorry. We'd love to do that. We can't. Then he goes to another nation. They say, what does it say there? Not shout, not steal. Every country in the world, you can steal, you can cut your hands off in this country. Stealing was never mutter. So what's the pshat? And Hashem said, stealing it. Stealing is the Torah. And they said, Hashem, you know us better than we know ourselves. Stealing is in our blood. We're gypsies. When we nursed the mother's milk, we're taught to be ganov. Like I saw in the book from that famous Rabbi Zilber. He writes over there, stealing to Russians comes with the nursing of the milk. He said it's pashit, such a milsa de pshitas. It's such a dushbei. To be a ganif, it's in the kishkis, it's almost not shaykhah. When I read that, at that time I read the book, I had a Russian maid. I told my wife, we're being robbed. She said, nah, I don't think so. I'm telling you, we're being robbed. So we're very trusting, we're being robbed. She said, I read the book. She said, wait, we really read the book? I said, it's not a book by some Tipish. It wasn't from Nathan Sharansky. This is Rabbi Silver. He said, he was an God Tzaddik. He wouldn't say something like that. They wouldn't print it like that. They would say, no, don't say about Russia. He said, it's mamish in the kishkis. He said, it's in the avirah. It's in everything. You steal from everyone and anything. That's how you live. So I told her, she said, you think so? I said, okay, let's make a test. So we made a test. My wife used to ask, do you steal? She said, no, we never steal. So my wife made a test. And lo and behold, she stole. So my wife asked her, I think you don't steal. She said, I didn't steal. So my wife said, but I put the money in this pocket of the shirt that you washed today, and I gave it to you to wash, and it's not there. So she said, oh, maybe it's still there. How do you know? So she went downstairs to my wife, opened the laundry, and started to look for the money. And she said, maybe it's in the laundry, maybe it's in the washing machine. Look at the washing machine, look at the thing. So we let it go once. A couple days later, we did another thing. This time I went to her car. While she was inside, I went to open the car door, and I noticed in the side pocket of the car door, what do they call that pocket, you know, with the thing on the door? It was full of crumpled up $20. That was her collection of Genevis. She went from house to house. She crumpled up the $20 bill. She'd go out of her car in the middle. A lot of times she'd go out to for a smoke or whatever, get out. She was a guy married to a Jew, and she hated him, and she took it out of us, and all the Yidlach, steal $20, put it in. I confronted her. I said, what do you have? What do you do in my car? I said, what stole the money doing in your car? That you have to ask me, not what I'm doing in your car. You understand? What's the one doing in the car? Not in your car. I opened your car door, discovered your discoveries over there. But that's what she is. So even they try not to steal. They know it's an affair to steal in Russia also. They know it's a law that the physicians can't steal. They said, Hashem, we can't fool you. This is the Chunzan Bazar. And then Hashem loy sinov. What country allows the sinov? Take another man's way, they kill you in other countries. No, what I said, we can't help it, Hashem. Honestly, we can't help it. And the emes is, if Klal Yisroel would have asked HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, what's the eight in the time? Could you imagine what Hashem would have said? Hashem would have said like this. It's awesome to talk Lashon Hara. Okay, we don't want to Lashon Hara, but you know the story, the Shiva Bach and the Chatzchai. I told you yesterday's story. It can't fool you. It can't. Can't do that. Klal Yisroel doesn't ask what it says. They jump and they say, we are Makabel. So, and it says, the Gemara goes on to say, that the Minim and the Tzdukim said, this is Mamish Amapsisa. This is Mamish radical, impetuous, unthought of, not thought out deal. You know what the funny thing is? When they did that, know what Hashem says? Bingo! You hit the jackpot. You won the lottery today. It is yours. That's what Hashem said. It's amazing. Did we fool Hashem? What's the pshat? And why did the Yidden do that? And the Tiferes is that the Yidden are verstanden like this. Who knows us better than Hashem? Nobody. They say there's two people that know you. Your wife and Hashem. That's what they say. But Hashem knows you better. No. Hashem knows it better. And Hashem comes to me, makes me an offer, do you want my time? And what does Klal Yisroel say? Yes. Why did they say yes? Because you know what they understood? They understood that if Hashem is offering to us, and we are going to fulfill the condition that Hashem made, which is to be makabel the Torah, at that point, we are going to be energized with new koyches. We are going to undergo a metamorphosis. We will undergo a change. It's like an operation. We will undergo a change the likes of which never happened in the history of the world. A whole entire group of people will get pre-programmed with genes, with koyches hanefesh, like they never imagined they had before. It has to be. So Hashem says to Klal Yisroel, that is the secret. That malachei hasharis mishtamshim. What does that mean? If you would go to a malach and say to a malach, excuse me, let's say you met Rebbe Rafael. Say Rebbe Rafael, malach Rafael, can I ask you a question? What is your koyches to heal? Could you heal cancer? No, you would say? No. Could you heal colds? No. But you malach Rafael. He said, when Hashem decides to heal somebody, you know what Hashem does? It's not something. I always used to think that Malach Rafael was a doctor. He was like the magic, the big honcho doctor. He knows medicine like nobody else does. And Hashem sends him on missions. That's the pshat. The pshat is, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants somebody to be healed, he tells Rafael, you know what? Go heal that person. And he becomes imbued with koyches now to heal. If you ask a malach, could you right now could you fly? You have these winged angels, pictures of winged angels. The Torah describes their wings. Does your wings go past supersonic? Could you break the sound barrier? Sonic booms? How come we never have sonic booms? Can you get from here to South Africa in Mamish split 4 seconds? I was reading a guy's come up on a plane right now to go from London to New York in 11 minutes. 11 minutes, that's going to be a day. Hong Kong to London, 24 minutes. Crazy stuff. Trying to figure out how to do it without making such a sonic boom. Because when it hits that Mach 2, it makes a zap boom. So it's shake up the world. Trying to figure out a way how to get rid of the shake. But could you do that? No, the Bible saying, no, I can't. But if Hashem says to me, in 1 second, I want you to be in the other side of the world, and I want you to do the following shlichus. Know what Hashem does? Hashem makes the guy the koyches, and boom, he's out of here. He's Superman. Superman. That's it, he's Superman. So it's depending on whatever Hashem gives the mission to the malach, that's the koyach that a malach has. Klal Yisroel, Hashem says, Mi gilo lebonai, who is megala to my children? Rozeh, shemalachei hasharis mishtamshim. Who told them the secret? Why did they say first, let us study this? I told them they have to be makabel. I told them there's no trial. So there's no 30-day trial period to drive the car and then return it if you don't like it, without getting assessed any fines. But what I told you was, you have to be makabel. But to be makabel in this unusual fashion, who told you that secret? Shemali achsharis b'shtamshim. That's the secret of Kabbalah's thing. And that's what a person has to know. When Hashem said, Im Shemoya Tishmu B'Koyli, Hashem said, you got to be makabel. Ma'atov, now, Tikablu Aleichem. You're going to makabel. Now, how many mitzvahs have we faced? How many Gemaras have we faced? How many Taisvasin have we faced? How many Rashis have we seen? And we said, this is too shver to me. I can't do this one. This Gemara is a little too shver. I remember starting Shkolim and thinking, oh no, forget it. I remember starting different Mesechtas. I remember starting Yevamis, even the first time ever the Yevamis, I was very upset at the person who told me that Yevamis was a Mesechta you couldn't learn. It was the most difficult Mesechta. The guy who said that to me and spread that word was definitely one of the Malachei Kabbalah. Because it's nothing like what they make it scary. The way we learn it, it's doable, and it's possible, and it's shaykh. I asked maybe what's about Yevamis. It's not as shver as they make it. The Rebbe didn't face with himself. His father. He said, how did your father learn it? The Tata Nigazok. He said, my father told me he learned it with the Keren. That was the safer he got through Yevamis. Keren. He said, it's not supposed to. It's not the beer they make it out to be. Somebody said it, spread the word. Every time I help you go, oh no, 15 women, oh Shrek. I need picture books. Get me the picture book. You look at the picture, you get more confused in the picture books. You get from what's anything else. People think that's a difficulty. It's not difficult. And therefore a person has to know anything, you can go any mitzvah. Like Lashon Hara. But the question is, are you makabel? First thing is, you try. So he said, if you're a tryout guy, there's no tryouts. That's number one. If you're making Kabbalah, it's going to be Mikhan Ve'elach Yerach. It's going to be Geshmak. But on the other hand, the Kabbalah, you ask yourself, you know how many people told me just yesterday? Somebody said, I don't really want to be makabel. That's a different story. But if a person wants to be makabel, I know myself. I'm not going to last in the Kabbalah. I know I like to talk Lashon Hara. I know I enjoy doing wrong things. The answer is, you know why a lot of people think that you don't realize that if you made the Kabbalah, you would be imbued with koiches. The Chaim Volozhiner says that every time a person sits down to learn Torah, every time, he should make a Kabbalah Satayr Nacham. He says if in the middle he sees his get a week in his Torah, be makabel Nacham. What's the makabel Nacham? I'm a Jew. I was makabel of it. No. You don't want to get energized? You ever go through a second Seder and you feel you need chizik? You need a chizik. It's not the interest. It's not you know what that is, right? It's not to feel a little bit like, you know what you do? Be makabel. On the spot. Be makabel. If a person is makabel, that Kabbalah, it's a pellet. When I first saw the Shnev Shachai, I was thinking, what the pshat? What do you make this up from? Be makabel nachama. No. I get the questions. Says Zois Royal Adam Lahachidis atzmai b'choles. Every time when a person wants to start learning, koidim sheyas chalul. He should be mischashiv, take into account a little bit HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'taharas haleiv yiras Hashem. First thing, say Hashem, I'm aware of your presence. I'm aware that you want me to learn Torah. Purify yourself from your avodah. Say, I'm sorry for my sins. I want to get close to you. Don't let my sins get in the way. Kidei sheyucha lehiskashiv ulehistabik. In order to watch him. V'gam yekabel alatzmi. Be mekabel upon yourself to do and be mekayim kechol hakosav b'teir shebiksav ubal peh. And whatever he sees and understands that Hashem's derech is, that Hashem hanhog is, b'teir hakdosh. That's what he says. V'chein be'emtza alimud, he says. Middle of learning, a guy has reshus. He sees in middle of learning, he starts to get shrak. What do we do today? Go now for a coffee. Oh, you know what? Today, I guess we'll call this a Seder right now. I'm leaving. I'm going home. It's not going right. That doesn't fit my schedule right now. I guess I'll go take a nap. I run away. He says, no. What you do is before the Yiras Shamayim gets extinguished, you should be misboinim mechadash and make the Kabbalah again. Renew your Kabbalah. And that will energize you. That will give you the koiches. Klal Yisroel not only were makabel, they were makabel. They understood. They verstanden. They were lumdim. They were lumdim right from the beginning. They verstanden right away what this Kabbalah is not going to make just geschmack for them. It's going to give them the koiches to be able to do it. So therefore, if you ever want to be mekar of yourself, so here's a person who wants to wake up for that. But he thinks it's too hard for him. And the Emma says it's too hard for him. It is. But once he's mekabel, he's going to get the energy. If he's trying, it won't work. He's going to receive new energy to do it. Person wants to be mekabel to learn Tiferes. He's going to be energized to learn Tiferes. He's going to have new koiches. That's going to be HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to say, Mi gila l'bonai rozeh. So whenever you think you're not shaykh to do something, if Hashem put it in front of you, you are shaykh. What you need now is a little bottle of jolt. You need some Black Bull. You need some heavy duty energy, mad energy. How are you going to get it? Oh, some people, when they see they're waiting, they go learn that for Shechayim. That's their way of taking a nap. They don't get re-energized, but you stay there. But you're supposed to get energized. You drink Red Bull and you go to sleep afterwards. That wasn't the purpose of drinking Red Bull. But you're supposed to get energized. Then go back to learning and do the job. Which Baruch Hu should help us be able to keep on being the Kabbalah all our lives, maintain the Kabbalah, and do it successfully.